I'm Denise Levy. I'm an artist and designer. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute card I designed. Here it is. I love you more than my favorite Diet Cola. Not going to get in trouble, not going to say the actual name. This card was inspired by a painting I did of said favorite Diet Cola. So really excited to show you how to make this really fun card. Let's get into it. Okay, here's a closer look at this sweet little card. And now I'm gonna start putting it together. This is a pretty simple card. I cut this entirely, well, not entirely. The sentiment is vinyl. The rest of the card is cardstock. You could alternatively, you could cut the entire can and sentiment out of vinyl. I have made this where I cut the can out of cardstock and then I cut the Diet Oak, all those red letters, out of vinyl, and that when you do it that way, the vinyl is kind of bumpy. It's not a terrible look, so I wanted to do it completely out of cardstock, just to show you that it does work doing it this way. But you can do a combination. You could do all vinyl, and also I didn't have this many, I'm going to be honest, I didn't have this many shades of gray cardstock, and I figured most crafters probably didn't as well. So I am just layering, you layer that the darkest gray can shape right over that pink background frame piece. And then the next layer is white. And I like to apply just glue on the bottom when I'm working with these larger pieces, because this glue that I use, this Barely Art Precision Craft glue, can dry rather fast. This one you'll see me put glue everywhere since there are all those little openings, which gives me a little bit more wiggle room to get it in the right place. And so now we've got the can. The can is down and done, and you can see how those layers create all the little reflections and shading on an actual soda can. So now I'm going to just dry fit my letters, and again, if you cut this out of vinyl, you know, everything would be together and you wouldn't have to fiddle like this and dry fit the letters. But you know, these letters are pretty big, so I thought it worked out pretty well with the cardstock. So the O, which looks like a backwards C, is going to line up right to the edge of the can. The K, you will see the top is kind of angled to kind of mimic how a can bends at the top. So you'll see that. So that'll help you get that placed. That will go right in the middle. And then the E will line up on that right side of the can. And I think that this looks, it's a nice effect. I said this in my intro, but this was inspired by an acrylic painting actually that I did, and I'd love to share it with you, but it sold a couple of years ago, so I no longer have it. But I've also made a card out of this image that I sell as a downloadable print and cut card that has been very popular, also available in my Etsy shop. So now I'm going to do the word diet, which comes in 3 pieces. The first 3 letters are together, so you get that glued down, and then the T, and then the dot for the I, which is rather small, and on the file vinyl, it's fine, but with the cardstock I did go back and make that dot just a little bit bigger. But you'll see me use my what are these things called? Pick-me-up stick by Silhouette, and that helps, you know, get those little pieces in place, and it did work out fine, but I hate for people to have to fiddle with super small pieces, so I did fix that. So that's down, and then I just have to get the little T glued down. And when you're using the cardstock, it just kind of, you know, goes over those openings, unlike vinyl might kind of dip a little bit. But when I did it with vinyl, I thought it still looked really nice. Okay, so we've got that down, and now I believe we're going to work. I had to move that T a little bit over. We're going to work on the sentiment. Not sure why I left all this in. Oh, the heart. Oh, I always love adding a heart to my cards. So just put that heart just, you know, right under the K. And I think that's a really sweet little touch to this card. So now I'm going to move on to the sentiment. I did cut this out of vinyl, which I highly recommend. All these pieces are pretty large, so I'm sure it would work cutting it out of cardstock if you prefer. But just with the spacing and the arrow and everything, I would recommend that you do cut this out of vinyl. So I'm going to finish weeding these words, and then I will use my transfer tape to get that pulled off of that backing paper, and then I can get it on my card. This card would be great for anytime that you want to tell somebody that you love them, and anybody, if you have a sense of humor, you know, like I do, or have someone who is a Diet Cola lover like myself, they would love to receive this card. Any time of year. Birthday, be sweet. For Valentine's Day, which I know I'm recording this in July, so we're a ways away from that. But yeah, birthday, thank you, or just you just want to tell somebody you love them. Okay, so I'm burnishing that sentiment, and then so the white piece there is the actual card base. I didn't show that, but you can kind of see that. I think I have to like flip it around. So that is the card base, and I put my pink frame with the can on there, and now that's going to show me where I'm going to put my where my sentiment is going to go. So I get that lined up. I don't glue it down because I want some dimension to this card, so I use some foam adhesive tape. If you don't want to do that, then just go ahead and glue this flat down to your card and then do the sentiment. But doing it this way seemed to work pretty well. So I get that removed from the backing paper, and then I just if I did this again, I would, or when I make it again, I will cut some of that transfer tape around the arrow so it doesn't get stuck to the can. It wasn't a huge deal, but I think it would just be a little easier, and you wouldn't worry about any cardstock pulling up from your soda can. So now I'm going to burnish that all down. Once I think I've got it, then I will pull that transfer tape back up very carefully so I don't bring any cardstock up with me, and hopefully all those little letters are going to stay down for me, and I think I lucked out this time, and they all stay down. Wonderful. I'm just going to kind of burnish those a little bit more. They were kind of pulling up when I was bringing that up. So now I'm going to put foam adhesive tape all over this piece. I buy this stuff in a big roll because I kind of go through it. And you'll see me put this all over the back. and I think this adds a nice touch. So when I remove the tape, I like to just only do half that, and then I make sure that the little ends of the tape, the red part, stick out so I can pull them. But this way, if I happen to get it down crooked, I can easily pull it back off, and I am known to do that. I think I luck out this time. So you'll see me get that down, and also you're able to like shimmy it and fiddle with it just a little bit, unlike if you had all of the adhesive, I can't talk today, adhesive exposed at once. So we will do that. And at this point, I think I am done with this card, but I go and I photograph it and I start to edit my video, and then I'm looking at it. Well, first I'm going to get this gray frame down, but I'm looking at the card and I forgot to put the little tab and the little rim on the can. So I have to come back and refilm that. Oh boy. So I get this frame piece down and just put glue on the bottom so I be sure to get it lined up, and that gives me that wiggle room. And then once I'm happy with that, I get the rest of that glued down. And now you see me come back, and I knew something looked off. So you have this little dark rim piece, and then and there's a little bump out that I'm pointing out, so it shows you exactly where to put this. This is supposed to be like the little pull tab on the soda can. So I'm going to get that glued down, and now it's going to look complete. And then I will get the rim glued down. If you purchase this card from me, thank you so much for supporting my art. Thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate any likes or follows here on YouTube. As always, there are links in my profile if you're interested in purchasing this card. It's available on my shop, DeniseLevyStudio.com, and also the Silhouette Design Store. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.